Okay, I'm on the climb up Moosilauke. It's hard, but I've been feeling like every step I've been taking, I'm like, this is every step you've taken up to this point has gotten you here. Keep moving. And it feels like some really intense, like, just thing I've been training for forever. So it's kind of fun in that way, but it is hard and I'm tired. And it's about to go like straight uphill for half a mile, where the grade is gonna be really crazy. So I've got a really tough half mile, and then it chills for a bit, and then pretty steep up again, and I'll be at the top. So okay, there's the trail. Okay, here is part of the climb up Moosilauke. I'm 3 miles into the climb, and about an hour and a half. I've gone 3 miles in about an hour and a half, which is pretty good because I took a long break in the middle. So I'm moving faster than I thought, but whew, it's getting steep now. Woohoo! 1800 on the way up Moosilauke. Holy moly.
It's so good.
Getting so close.
Yep, same.
That's where we're going. So pretty. So close to the top.
There's no way to get through. Is this your phone? I honestly feel good.
Oh, you had to zoom in. Woohoo! We made it to the summit! This is the best feeling ever. And then we began the infamous descent down Moosilauke, which is known to be actually insane. And it was. Wait till you see the stairs and the routes and everything. And we got McDonald's Trail Magic, which was awesome. Trail Magic.
Like I dreamed of doing this. Like, all...
Stop it.
The stairs! The stairs! We just climbed that. Hello, today is day 142 and I'm doing a slack pack. We stayed at a hostel last night that does a 16-mile slack pack over the Kinsman mountains, which obviously are in the White Mountains because that's where I am. Day 2 in the Whites, which is nuts. Today it reported that it was going to have big storms all afternoon, so we are walking Sobo to get off the exposed. You can kind of see the clouds rolling in, but I'm on an exposed peak right now, and the rest of the day, once we walk down this, we'll be in the trees. So we're going south, so that we'll be in the trees if the storms come / when they come. Anyway, yesterday we did Moosilauke, which was super cool and super exciting to officially have started the Whites, and it was the most insane descent I've ever done in my life, but it was fun. And the Whites are stunning, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be with friends, and I'm happy that I'm going back to a bed tonight, even though I might get rained on pretty hard in the second half of this day. But for now, I'm enjoying the Kinsman Mountains in not too hot of weather. But apparently this descent is about to rock my world, so I'm gonna focus on that. But cheers to day 142 and day 2 in the Whites. This is so pretty. I think that might be Moosilauke, which I climbed, and it looks huge. This is so pretty. Holy moly. I love the Whites. Here's a hut. This is Lonesome Lake Hut. Pretty cool. They have food and stuff. You can stay here. Breakfast, breakfast, breakfast.
Eggs, I'm guessing.
Breakfast.
Flies all.
This is insanely beautiful. Oh,
Okay.
that's so steep.
It's not raining right now. I mean, the rock is
fun staircases on the way up Kinsman. I'm on top of Mount Kinsman. There's two. That's the South Peak and I'm on the North Peak. Okay, 2 more 4,000 footers checked off the list. The videos just don't do the justice of how beautiful it is up here, but I'm above the tree line. Look how tiny the trees look. That's the descent. Here's the view, but if you can see that drop off, that's literally the trail. It's about to be very steep. This is so cool, this descent. It's really out in the open, but all these trees. So cool. I'm glad I'm not doing it in a storm. There's the descent. So, yay. That's fun, isn't it? There's the hole I just made. Happy day 143. Look at this view. Today we're only doing 10 miles because the terrain is insane. These hikes are the hardest hikes we've done the whole trail, and there's no even competition. I was just over there, that one. But today is exciting because it's Franconia Ridge Day. We're starting Franconia Ridge, which is one of the most iconic hikes ever. It was rated like the top sixth best hike in the world. So that's so cool, and we're approaching it now. It's just like a wide open ridge line, and it's very exciting. Also known as the second hardest day hike in the US, so I'm feeling it with my pack on. I can't believe people do this first. I'm so glad I'm doing it last. Anyway, yeah, 10 miles today. My aunt and cousin came out for the morning, which was awesome, and we'll be staying at Garfield Hut tonight, so cheers to the Whites Day 3, it being hard but insanely beautiful. Franconia Ridge! Jeff, how you feel?
I'm so excited.
This has been the most talked about hike for so long. Looks so cool.
Really? Franconia!
Look at us go, Jeff! Franconia Ridge. Claus isn't even here. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is the most beautiful hike of my life. Most beautiful hike of my life. We are descending Mount Lafayette. Look at this view. Hello from day 144. I am still in the White Mountains. It's not even a competition. The hardest thing I've done, mentally and physically, and also the most beautiful and rewarding. For example, this. But I am exhausted. Today we are doing 17 miles to a road where one of my friends, Shade, has a friend here who is gonna pick up all of us and take us to her house where we can do laundry and get to an REI, which is very exciting. I'm gonna buy new shoes, and we're gonna take a zero there because it's gonna be really bad weather tomorrow, and we don't want to risk trying to go over Mount Washington in terrible weather. So that's the deal today. I'm exhausted, but I'm really excited to be in a town, and it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But my body is really hurting. I'm sore for the first time since Georgia. So if that says anything about what's going on here. Yeah. Okay. Cheers. This is the trail. Going straight down slippery, wet rocks is kind of scary. But that's the view, which is cool. Hey,
Wind is crazy.
don't let go. Craziness in the whites. Very steep, but very pretty. This is so cool. The whites really are gorgeous, but unbelievably hard. Blueberries. We're blueberry picking. With a view.
Also, remember when I was like,
Old versus new. That's what we're working with. Take me to Katahdin. We're climbing that mountain. Okay. Mount Washington. Take us to Mount Washington.
we are bad ass.
Climb up Washington. No joke. Hello. Today is day 146. Yesterday, day 145, we took a 0, even though it was only 1 week since my last 0, because there was really bad weather yesterday, and we really didn't want to attempt this Mount Washington climb in bad weather. So we took a 0 at my friend Shade's friend's house, which was so nice. She cooked us so much food and was so kind and took us to an outfitter. So I got new shoes. Here are my new shoes. Hopefully these are the shoes that carry me to Katahdin. But today we are only doing 6 miles because the road we got picked up on to the campsite on the base of the climb up Mount Washington. Okay, it's kind of confusing. Like, we're climbing the Mount Washington climb, but then once you get to a certain elevation, it becomes dangerous to camp. Like the tree line, obviously, but then a little bit further than that. So anyway, we're gonna camp at the tree line basically, and then do the rest of the climb tomorrow, which is up in the air and really crazy weather and really scary, but to the summit of Mount Washington. And we can't attempt it today because it's pretty bad weather today, and also it's just a really brutal climb. So we're doing the 6-mile climb to the Alpine Zone, and then we'll do the rest of it tomorrow. Another 6 tomorrow to the top of Mount Washington, which is just a crazy thing to say because it's such a big climb. It's been pretty brutal, but I think maybe it's because every time after a 0 I just feel really lethargic. My shoes are great, so that's helping. We are going to the Mitzpah hut, which I love the huts in the whites. There's lemonade and food and treats, so that's exciting. But I'm just a little bit exhausted, and I'm really anxious about Mount Washington. It's just been such like a constantly talked about thing and a really hard thing because of the weather, so nerve-wracking, but hopefully we will conquer her tomorrow. Happy day 146. It's crazy seeing the road down there, how far away it is. Here's the trail. We're doing some rock scrambling today, but what's new in the whites? Having fun. Up there in that cloud is Mount Washington. I'll be there tomorrow. And that little dot is where I'm staying tonight. Look how fun this is. Beautiful, but muddy. This is Mitzpah hut.
Like when I was a kid, I used to.
Love this wild flower field. Jeff and I are doing work first day.
I'm Elsa.
You mean Cinderella? Oh, with the frills. We're scraping out a fridge for stay in this really fancy lodge and dinner. Here's mine. Rainbow to end the night. The dinner we got for work this day. In these clips, it is 5 a.m. and we have just started our ascent up Mount Washington, which was almost entirely in a cloud with low visibility, and this was the only clear view we had the whole day. Then it just got worse and worse, and we got more and more nervous, but we pushed on anyway, and we did make it. Worst weather in America! We're on top of Mount Washington. Visibility is super low. In an actual cloud. So no views for us today, but it's kind of cool in its own way. Yeah. We made it! Clouds are finally clearing. There's Mount Madison. Or Madison Hut. We made it through the worst weather in America and the exposed ridgeline. Hi, it's day 147. I just fell really hard off this rock and hit my head on one of those rocks. And I'm having a really hard time. The whites are challenging me more than I've ever been challenged before, in just such a different way, and it's really hard because the motivation is the lowest it's ever been, and I'm just so exhausted from being out here for so long, and then it's like the hardest part of the whole trail, so it's taking everything in me, mentally and physically, to keep going. And I know I set out for that test, but today we went up and over Mount Washington, which is known to be like one of the most intense hikes ever. And it was high anxiety because there's a lot of storms on the forecast, but we went anyway, which you're not supposed to do because the storms weren't supposed to come till the afternoon, and we woke up at 4 a.m. to get up and over before the storms came. So luckily we did, but it was like the craziest hike of my life, raining and dark and in a cloud and kind of scary. And we got to Madison Hut, and then I sat there for like 3 hours before doing the last 3 miles, which I didn't think would be that bad. It was Mount Madison is what I'm climbing down, but it is that bad. It's taking me so long. It's taking me 2 hours to do 3 miles now. And I'm just like really discouraged because it's been a really, really hard, like high anxiety day, and I'm so close to the end of it. I just took a huge fall and I hit my head really hard. So I'm just like, I'm literally sitting in the middle of the trail. This is the trail, and I'm sitting in the middle of it. And my body just really hurts, and I'm having one of those days. Mount Washington was really cool to like have done that. Felt really exhilarating, but now I'm like dealing with the fallout and the fact that I know the trail is like this hard level for most of the rest of it. So anyway, it's really rewarding, but it takes like everything I have to keep going. Anyway, sorry if this was depressing. I'm okay. I'm just like, I'm ready for the day to be over and to eat and to go to bed. I got up at 4, so I think emotions are high. Okay, everything's fine. Happy day 147.